Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're done. We are now approaching the 9th poll, and I think that we have figured out exactly what is going to go up against NISEMONOGATARI. Remember, the purpose of these polls that we've been doing throughout the last week is to do what? If you look at our channel, what is a community series? I keep doing this over and over again to remind you guys how this shit works. These type of shows like Krivates, Dan Da Dan, Seventh Prince, these are seasonal anime content we just check out for memes and funs, trends. But then there's also shows like this. Old shows that's not airing right now that we're still watching. What are we trying to do with this? It's a community series. We're trying to get new shows voted in. And throughout the last week, we've been trying to figure out exactly what show's going to go in. Death Note has been dominating after One Punch Man dominated. And we're finally here. The final round, I just decided to put some shonen shows in for fun. And it's really interesting how JoJo's came out on top. Now, there's only like a 4% margin between JoJo's and Jujutsu, and a 2% margin from Dr. Stone and Jujutsu. So it's not like there's any significant difference of all three of them. And shonen content rarely does well on my channel. It's a totally different demographic. I think the shonen audience is captivated by a bunch of crayon-eating children. And in order to appeal to them, you need to start out just doing battle shonen content, which is the goal of the third channel that's going to happen within the next year or so. For a channel like me that started off doing random seasonal bullshit, I've already ruined the algorithm in trying to like get that battle shonen audience. Therefore, it's hard to do it right now. It's kind of interesting how the second channel actually has a battle shonen audience. It's a battle shonen audience though for English dub, because the most popular content that we're covering is Beyblade and Ben 10. This is battle shonen. It's battle shonen for white people, basically, right? You know what I mean? Like, these are not Japanese animations. Well, I mean, Beyblade is, but like, these are cartoons that people watched in English dub growing up. So the second channel is actually really funny in how it is a battle shonen, but it's not like the battle shonen that we talk about in anime stuff. Jujutsu Kaisen, I think we're going to do this leading into January. And my goal, again, I've seen it, but I watched season 1 with my brain turned off, and season 2 has some reactions on my second channel, but the quality of the reactions is not the same as the new style that we're doing. So my goal is to cover season 1 and season 2. Even if the viewership is low, I'm hoping that it's good enough. I think it'll be good enough to do a rewatch and be sweaty to be ready for January. Dr. Stone, I don't think this is ever going to happen unless it's going to happen in the third channel. JoJo's as well, I don't know. There's a lot of different parts. I don't know if people are actually down for part 1 or not, because there's so many different parts. It's kind of like Monogatari series, right? In the way that like every part has like a different main character and different storylines. It's not like a continuing off of one guy. So that'll be interesting. But regardless, Death Note has made it to the end. Let's read some of the comments. Bro, I swear JoJo's isn't just about chasing dick. Ah yes, whenever JoJo comes in, basically gay jokes. With Steel Ball Run coming soon, JoJo's in a great spot to marathon. No, I don't think it is. I don't think I'll be covering JoJo's when it comes out on a seasonal basis. There is like, what? So many episodes of JoJo's to cover before Steel Ball Run. My goal isn't to cover Steel Ball Run when it airs. My goal is to cover JoJo's in a different channel, entirely different, on my own schedule, on my own time. Just like how we're doing Ben 10 and Beyblade in the second channel. Like, there's no reason for me to be covering these shonen content in my main channel and brute force that shit if no one's asking for it. JoJo losing to JoJo is a reference. Yesterday, Dr. Stone episode was so good. Well, no one really wants Dr. Stone in this channel. What else is there? I don't even care who wins. I'm just here for your reactions. The hot takes and the legendary moment where you casually draw bald. There it is, baby. This is the type of audience we need to procure more and more. People that are starting to watch me for who I am rather than the shows that we're covering. Those type of channels actually survive when there's like anime recessions. Basically, if there's no trending weekly seasonal animes, can you still make content daily and survive? That is how you know like an actual reaction channel is legit. I wish we could have Dr. Stone fans in the community. There is a couple. There's like a handful of you. Death Note is one of those animes which is an uncontested legend of its genre. Alright, sure. Just like amongst shows like AOT and Love is War in their respective genres. I think that there are many shows that compete with Attack on Titan and Kaguya-sama Love is War in rom-com. To say it's uncontested is ridiculous. To unanimously all agree that Love is War is the best rom-com, I think is so ignorant. I think there's a lot of different rom-coms that's great, and a lot of people have this boomer ass fucking legacy take and think this is the way it must be and I'll never consider anything else. There is no uncontested legend of its genre. It's all fucking subjective opinions and a bunch of fucking brigaders that trying to propagate this narrative that some shows are genuinely uncontested. That's not how it works. JoJo openings will go crazy hard, by the way. This is true. This is absolutely true, right? One of the things that I did when leading into Monogatari was do an every opening reaction, right? And you'll notice that in the second channel too. That's what we do, right? We start off with every opening for Beyblade 73k, every opening for Ben 10 65k, right? And the goal of this is not for me to enjoy the songs. I don't give a fuck. Anything can be watched and I can enjoy it. I don't make this because I want to listen to the songs. I make this because in the game of YouTube, when you do these opening reactions, it's so accessible content. Everyone can watch it without getting filtered out. In order to watch these specific episode reactions, you need to be caught up and know what's going on. But opening stuff, it's just music and anyone can watch it. The barrier of accessibility is low and people love that shit. That shit goes viral, and once that happens, the algorithm has captured that new audience, and then you just give them that audience that content. So JoJo reaction openings, I think, will go crazy. I see a lot of channels that do that. Unfortunately, those channels don't actually do JoJo's reactions. They're just chasing the virality in his openings. So when you do like an all JoJo's opening and you don't deliver JoJo content afterward, what happens is you have a shitload of dead subs now. And it is the worst thing you could do. And there's a lot of channels out there that only does like trailers and opening reactions, thinking like, oh my god, my anime episode reactions do bad, so I'm just gonna chase these other viral trends without realizing these are viral trends that's gonna give you empty views and empty subs. Like, congratulations, you hit 100k off of a JoJo opening reaction, but your monthly viewership is like not even 6 figures. What are you fucking doing? It's very, very stupid. No, it's not Nicholas Light be like. You're fucking stupid if you think Nicholas Light is the type of person I'm talking about right now. That dude's average viewership and monthly viewership and everything else is fucking amazing. I catch any motherfucker coming in here. You know what? You deserve a fucking day ban for that shit. One of the things I fucking hate is people trying to throw shit at other fucking content creators in my own fucking chat when shit is fucking public. Then you make me look bad. Have some fucking respect for other people or genuinely get the fuck out of my chat. I'll permaban you if you shit talk about other content creators. Genuinely, just shut the fuck up. After I watched JoJo's, it turned me into a great man back in the day. More JoJo's references. I mean, everything I know about JoJo's is off of just like jokes, man. Just JoJo clips, viral clips. What the hell is JoJo actually about? As much as I love JJK, Death Note, and Dr. Stone, would make for better reaction given Kaka style. Haven't watched JoJo's. Again, it doesn't matter what the better reaction is going to be, right? So many people think like, oh, we need to pick this guys because this is the thing that he's going to enjoy the most. No. Pick whatever you want to watch. What I enjoy literally doesn't matter. I can watch anything and have fun with it. And in the game of YouTube, you have to pick what you want. Death Note stuff, Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone finally got into the poll and became dead last. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't been putting Dr. Stone into the polls. Because I know that Dr. Stone's not going to do well. So I just put it in there for pity, and here it is. It's fucking dog shit. But then again, right? All three choices here are dog shit and relative to Death Note. Because 2% margins, it's really nothing, right? 18, 16, 22, it all might as well be in last place. Let's see. I don't see Death Note beating Nisei. That's going to be the interesting thing to find out, right? Hope Kaka watches Death Note dub. Again, so many people, there's always a vocal minority saying dub is better in sub. Then I actually poll and see the silent majority just wants to sub. I don't care what's better. I just care about what giving my audience what they want. I feel like each poll is dependent on the mood of the community. You could have a show that wins now, it would lose yesterday or tomorrow. No. That is a very, very ignorant take. If the poll is dependent on the mood of the community, why has there been one show that has won every single fucking time? One Punch Man won 5 separate polls. To assume that the poll is dependent on the mood of the community would be so, like, you are not facing reality. And then Death Note came in, and then it's been dominating every single poll. You think that this is the case because your favorite shows are suddenly losing in other polls that it might have won. This is a very ignorant take. And even the reason why we're even doing these polls is to make sure we pick the most highly accurate and curated polls. The longer these polls go, the more we can find out what is the most loyal. We do one single poll once and done. That is a fucking cheap little fucking phase. What's the likelihood those people are legit? There's a reason why I'm doing this shit over and over again. This kind of like mindset is a loser mindset of people who found their show to lose after a couple polls been done. Like so many people are like, stop doing these polls. Death Note's gonna lose. Oh my God, I can't believe this is gonna fucking happen. So fucking stupid. How is this particularly correct though? I just said it. It's partially correct. The One Punch Man won against Death Note and then lost against it, and it's 2 weeks apart. Think about the other fucking polls. Such an ignorant fucking opinion to have. You're gonna tell me, if this was true, then why the fuck wouldn't One Punch Man lose in this poll here? Why would One Punch Man not lose here? It's because you're biased for that specific anime you wanna fucking watch. This shit dominates multiple polls, proving that it's not dependent on the mood. Something new comes out that people actually want to watch, and then Death Note dominates every single poll. If your take was correct, that people are just dependent on moods, every single poll would have a different fucking winner instead of one thing winning the entire time. People have like this selective like hearing or bias where they think like, oh, it's like coincidence equals correlation. They don't look at data at a greater scale. All they have is a biased take of like, oh my God, my show lost. And you had multiple polls. That must be the reason why. So fucking stupid. So ignorant. The entire point of these multiple polls is to make sure not a single show that makes it through is fraudulent. Because we could have a single poll where it's just off of momentary hype, and then 7 days later, all that hype dies down and no one actually cares about it. There's a reason why I'm doing this over and over again. And now I think we're in the final stage. Right here, baby. This is it. Kizu Part 2 will be done most likely today's stream. Kizu Part 3 will be most likely done next Tuesday. This coming weekend is going to be packed with seasonal content. So I think that the earliest start for the new community series definitely is Wednesday. Will it win? I don't know. I mean, Bake kind of is low-key fraudulent. Is it? Let's check it out. Monogatari. So, let's see. Description Gatari. What the hell? Why isn't it showing me? Whatever. You saw the opening reaction, it hit for like 12k and it's still climbing. Now, when you're shadow banned, after the third day, it's gonna get the boost. And always, the first episode is gonna be the best. It's always like that. Remember, viewership is always gonna go down the longer it goes, right? What's the natural life cycle? It's like this shit. Every single time. Right? It's like this. In the beginning, it's so easy to get all the views. But then it starts to taper off, and then this is what we're looking for, right? That part, the new baseline, when everyone gets filtered out, the true people watching the reactions, that's what we're looking for. And if that can sustain 5,000 or so, that's kind of where we're at. I think a good community series should be able to last that. The last community series that did the best was Psyche K. That shit was unprecedented. That was in the last Zenkai boost too, right? Psyche K was done before our newest growth during summer. And it was during the biggest like dead period we had for half a year. And every video hit for like 10k. It's been amazing for Psyche K. And I think there is something about Psyche K that's so easy to watch, where you don't have to like watch every single episode, right? For some shows, that is very beneficial because people can watch any episode and enjoy. And I think that's why the average viewership is higher. And also comedy genre, the way that I assess Psyche K, I think that there's something like a click there. Bake right now, after 8.7k, 5.9, 5.3, 4.2 is dropping off. And now we're kind of stuck here. Now, even though it's dropped off to 3.5, has the third day hit just yet? No. So you can look. This is the viewership when we're still shadow banned without the backloaded viewership. Okay? Let's look at this. Third day, right? Third day content, there is a drastic spike, as you can see right there. Let's look at some of the other third day spikes too. Pull these two up. Episode 2, third day spike right there. You can tell like a different slope, not as significant. Third day spike, not as significant there. Third day spike, not as significant. But you can tell the browse features right here. See how there was like it shot up just for a bit. A lot of people are also like very sweaty and are already like people that would have found the videos 3 days later. For some shows like Lord of the Mysteries and shows like Bake, they'll immediately check out my channel pages because they know it's happening. For a lot of tourist content, it takes a long time to actually hit. So we're waiting for that third day mark, and I think the new baseline that we've hit is around 4.3k, which is perfectly fine, and obviously it's going to climb more and more. So we're in that like 4 to 5k range, which is perfectly feasible. This is absolutely okay to work with. I would obviously, we would prefer more for it to happen, but it's going to be fine. Bake didn't show up for the homepage when I searched YouTube. I had to go to your channel to see there were 5 episodes. Exactly. You are the type of audience that I'm talking about right now. You are exactly that type of audience. This is what happens when you're shadow banned. When you're shadow banned, you play YouTube at a different game. Like, people have no idea the type of disadvantage that I have compared to other reactors. My content is never shown in search engine. My content is never shown in the home pages for like tourists like you. People have to actively search my channel to see what's going on, and then they realize, what the fuck? You've made like 20 videos that I've been waiting for, and I didn't even know. Welcome to my life. That's how YouTube works, but hey, I'm used to that by now. It's okay, it's fine. So here we go. With currently Bake on fire, relatively, will Nisei win? I don't know. We'll have to see, man. I'm gonna post this, and if Death Note wins, it doesn't really matter for me one way or the other, straight up, because I have no loyalty for a certain show. My goal is to grow my YouTube channel. How do I do that? Give people what they want. In order to do that, this is a system to place that. If Nisei loses, then it tells me that the Monogatari fandom and my community are absolutely fraudulent, and I'm going to give people what they want. But we'll have to see, man. And also remember, what will the give me something else margin be? I think this time, last time I believe that the margin was 37% to Nisei, Bake, and like, what was it? Let's go here, right? We have it right over here. It was a 4% difference, roughly 5% difference, right? I think that this time, give me something else will be significantly lower because Death Note is going to be a lot more sought out content. I don't think a lot of people really gave a fuck about Monster, and a lot of people don't really like Bake and voted this. This scenario, we already have the Monogatari fandom coming in, and I think a lot of people also want Death Note. So I think a lot of people who would have voted for Give Me Something Else are going to basically put their viewership into the second choice of Death Note. And I think Give Me Something Else might actually be lower. I think Nisei and Death Note will be very close in the polls. Maybe there's going to be like a single digit margin. Maybe like less than, I don't think it's going to be 10%. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am being ignorant in exactly how down bad people want Nisei. But I think there's going to be at max like a 10% margin. Gonna be a very close battle between Death Note and Nisei, and the Give Me Something Else should be lower than whatever one is my assumption, but we'll have to see. We'll let this poll cook. Go to the community tab, go see it, go vote, and we shall see exactly what will win in our tournament grand finals.